It's all going down. Tyrone Bowman live. Welcome to the program, everybody. Welcome to the conversation. Let's have this one. Let's talk about it. There's so many other things going on in the world, and I want to cover as much information as I possibly can. All right, I'm going to get right down to it. In the Guardian Sports section, the headline reads, Nick Sirianni, who's the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, slams, quote, ridiculous, end quote, calls to bench Jalen Hurts amid Eagles skid. I want to talk about this. Sirianni backs Hurts amid turnover slump. The fans booed as the Eagles dropped their third straight loss. And quarterback change talk ridiculous, Sirianni says. So let's get right down to the story. Let's talk about it here. Philadelphia Eagles coach Nick Sirianni moved quickly on Wednesday to shut down the rising speculation about Jalen Hurts' job security, calling talk of a potential quarterback change, quote, ridiculous, end quote, despite his team's three-game losing streak and their franchise's star sudden dip in form. All right, let's talk about it. First of all, I'm from Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, we don't get love for nothing. But it's all good because we're tough in Philadelphia. We are tough. And for some way, somehow, in the midst of it all, we always rebound, we always come back. Why should Jalen Hurts be benched? Because some political analyst and some sports analyst are calling for him to be benched. I don't hear them calling for any other quarterbacks in the NFL to be benched. What about that pathetic Cowboys team? They need to fire their quarterback. Yeah, fire their quarterback and start from scratch. And it seems like that they're trying to rig the NFL so for some way that the Dallas Cowboys will end up going to the playoffs because it seems like the gambling industry, for whatever reason and a reason, they want Dallas to win. Well, you have to earn your way to a championship. Doesn't matter if the billionaire owner of the Dallas Cowboys thinks that his team, quote unquote, America's team, should be the NFL champions. They have not proven themselves worthy enough to be NFL champions. Have you watched the Cowboys in recent years? They are pathetic. Yes, I said it. They are pathetic. They need to fire their quarterback. What about the Chiefs? The Chiefs aren't having a great year either. I don't hear anyone calling for the benching of Mahomes. As a matter of fact, they're not even talking about the Chiefs. But all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts, who led the Philadelphia Eagles to a national championship last year, now y'all want to bench him? Why? Because he might have sustained a couple injuries. The Eagles are 8-3. So why should he be benched? It's nothing more than pure jealousy. People who are sitting on the sidelines, you're not out there, you don't run on the field, you don't play the games, and you feel as though that Jalen Hurts should carry the team. Why should he carry the team by himself? He's the team leader. The team has to work together. If anything, get rid of the offensive coordinator and replace him with another one, because I think he's a part of the problem. So Hurts committed 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a lost fumble in Monday night's 22-19 defeat to the Los Angeles Chargers, puncturing one of the ugliest outings of his career. So what? So what? The final mistake, an interception near the goal line in overtime, sealed another deflating loss for an Eagles side that has averaged just 16 points across the past 5 games. The 8-5 Eagles have not won since the 10th of November. So what, they haven't won? Season's not over with yet. Buddy Randall made the colossal mistake of benching Randall Cunningham. Remember that? How well did that work out for the for the uh for the coach listening to the press? Sirianni is doing exactly what he knows to do. He has faith in his quarterback. He's supportive of the quarterback. He backs the quarterback. Jalen Hurts will rebound. And if the Eagles don't make it to the playoffs this year, that doesn't mean that they're a terrible team. They'll just rebound and come back next year. It's just that simple. Either way, they're still our team. According to the article, Hurts's performance tied several unwanted marks, the most giveaways by an Eagle player since tracking began in 1978 and the first 4 interceptions game by Philadelphia quarterback since Michael Vick in 2012. Well, when Michael Vick was in Philadelphia, y'all didn't have no love for him because all y'all kept talking about was the dogs. I mean, the man said he was sorry. The man went through a living hell. But the man, even to this day, they don't want to forgive him. And human beings don't even get that type of attention. I know some of you dog lovers out there don't like what I just said. Some of you love your animals more than human beings. And Michael Vick did a fantastic job when he was in Philadelphia. The struggles have not gone unnoticed. Boos rang out during the Eagles' Black Friday home loss to Chicago, while traveling fans voiced their frustration against Los Angeles. With Hurts now up to 6 interceptions on the season, already surpassing last year's total, the quarterback slump has cracked open a conversation that once seemed unthinkable. Less than a year removed from his Super Bowl MVP performance. Listen, all last year, all the press did on ESPN, all they did was trash Jalen Hurts. That's all they did. He's not ready. He's not good enough. He has to do more. He has to prove himself. Prove himself to who? Jalen Hurts doesn't have to prove himself to anyone except those who hired him. That's it. All the analysts always think they've got all the answers to everything, and they think their word is gold. And that what they say is the end all to be all. What they say is not the end all to be all. When Jackie Robinson, who was the first brother to integrate and play in Major League Baseball after recruiting him from the old Negro leagues, he couldn't do anything right. He had a slump at some point in time, and he wanted the Dodgers to follow him, but Ricky Branch, a lawyer who happened to own the Dodgers, said, we're not getting rid of him. And they kept him. Sometimes you do have a slump. Sometimes individuals get to the point where they're not as good as they want to be at the moment, but it doesn't mean that they can't be. I'm riding with the team. I'm riding with the quarterback. Win, lose, draw. Look at the Los Angeles Lakers. You don't hear the calls to replace LeBron James out there, do you? No. They still have LeBron James. People sometimes they really need to think before they sit down and put their fingers, because they're not writing anymore. I'm a writer. I may use a computer, but I still know how to use a typewriter, and I do know how to write. I like to write my thoughts out before I start typing. And oftentimes, people don't realize you don't know what a person is dealing with psychologically or mentally. All last year, they trashed Jalen Hurts. No matter how many games he won, they trashed him. Even once they won the championship last year, they still trashed him. They just won't give him his credit. I know what the problem is. When Tom Brady, let me just say it so I can upset y'all. When Tom Brady was playing for the New England Patriots, y'all loved him. Whether he had a good game or a bad game or in between, y'all loved Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady represented y'all. Tom Brady could do no wrong. Even if Tom Brady lost the game, y'all still praised him. And it was proven that the New England Patriots were cheaters on so many occasions. And when y'all decided to get rid of Tom Brady, which y'all were dumb for doing, he went to another team and won a championship without New England. Tom Brady went on to become a sports analyst. He was just a football player like everybody else, and he wasn't the greatest that ever played the game. Y'all want to anoint somebody and dub somebody and put them on a pedestal and say that they were the greatest. Y'all forgot about Jim Brown? Yes, you forgot about Jim Brown, right? He was one of the greatest that ever played the game of football when football was football. Go back and look at some of the old film footage. Look at the film footage of the Philadelphia Eagles from yesteryear. When Ron Jaworski was the quarterback, they played ball. Look at the early years of football. They didn't have all that protective gear and everything. Those men had to come out there in the sleet, rain, snow, hail, thunderstorm. It didn't matter. They played ball, real football. So y'all gonna lay off of Hurts because I'll speak up for him. And Sirianni, the awesome coach that he isn't entertaining thoughts of benching his quarterback. It's not going to happen. Quote, I know every time I go out in that field with Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, we have a chance to win the game, end quote, he said. During his weekly appearance on Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio Network 94 WIP, quote, and that's something that's proven. We've won a lot of football games. We don't ever go in and assign something. This is a team game. You win together as a team. You lose together as a team. Never forget that. One person doesn't win the game. You either win as a team or you lose as a team. That's the difference in Philadelphia. We ride with our teams. We ride with the Sixers. We ride with the Phillies. We ride with the Flyers. We ride with the Eagles. Whatever team we have, we're going to ride with them because we anticipate at some point in time, on any given day, on any given night, in any given city, they can win the big one. Sixers are having a fantastic season. You know, they've gone through, they've gone through some trying times, but they're still out there rumbling. I never heard them say get rid of the forward on the Philadelphia 76ers. So we're not getting rid of Jalen Hurts. Hurts' ledger still reflects that broader truth, a 54-25 regular season record, 6 wins from 9 playoff games, and multiple Super Bowl appearances. Multiple Super Bowl appearances. His teammates echoed the coach's stance, with Saquon Barkley saying he had, quote, all the confidence, end quote, in Hurts' leading the offensive in overtime despite Monday's mistakes. Come on, Saquon. That's why you're on the team, brother. The options behind Hurts do little to strengthen the chance for a change. Tanner McGee, a 2023 sixth-round pick, has made one career start. Sam Howell, acquired from Washington, remains a developmental backup. Well, because he's not ready. While McKee impressed in limited action late last season, neither quarterback is regarded internally as a threat to Hurts' role. So why should Jalen Hurts be benched? There's no plausible reason why he should be benched. Sirianni pointed to a lot of good things on offense against the Chargers and insisted the group is encouraged heading into Sunday's home game against the 2-1 Las Vegas Raiders. 2-11, rather. Las Vegas Raiders. Now look at that record. 2-11. I don't hear any calls telling them to get rid of the Raiders quarterback, do you? No. You don't hear anything. even as the wounds from their epic 2023 collapse threaten to resurface. Quote, I come away encouraged from that game knowing that we have things to clean up. Agreed. No one is pressing. Everyone is just thinking, how do we get ourselves in the best position to win the game and play our best game this game? And there you have it. From a brother from Philly. We ain't getting rid of our quarterback. So y'all can stop calling for calls for Coach Sirianni to get rid of Jalen Hurts. Not happening. Never surrender. Never quit.